It's not storytelling. It's not charisma. The number one trait speaking coaches agree future keynotes need is something far more powerful, like generally more than what you think. And almost every new speaker completely overlooks this. Now, today, as I unpack this, is going to break down a whole lot more for you than you knew is possible to know, I think, in this area of what it takes to get booked. Now, when people think about what makes a great speaker, they think of voice, presence, or even a great crazy story of I lost my arm or something like crazy happened, right? But those are surface skills. The real foundation of every successful keynote is authentic conviction. Yes, it sounds crazy, but authentic, transparent, genuine, real conviction. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you why conviction is the most critical trait and how to build it right now. Now, I'm going to unpack for you 5 different things to think about. And as I unpack them, I want you not to feel a poke in your heart and feel like, oh, this guy just is doing craziness and maybe you don't believe it. Just let me get through it. And then ask yourself later on, if I have validity in what I'm saying. Because I think a lot of folks think it's some crafty, creative thing you have to do. And to be honest, a lot of it is, does the person believe you, right? If you don't have this, you're going to have this area where you're going to be unpacking and teaching things, and people are going to look at you and go, I know that they're at a headspace, but I don't feel their heart within this, right? So section 1, I'm going to talk about, we'll call it point 1 actually, is going to be this. Conviction is going to be over... we'll call it messaging. Now, what can we call this? Charisma. Conviction over charisma. Now, what do I mean by this? You think it's about being slick and cool and charismatic, and I can say things, and it's really beautiful, right? Charisma entertains. Conviction transforms. Think about the people you know that when they are listening to somebody, some of the best speakers that have changed your life. Was it charisma, the way they talked, how they sat and moved their hand? No, it was the way the words came out. The power in their voice, the conviction for what they said. There's a way they spoke where you knew that they believed it deeply. And if they believed it and you thought they were intelligent, like you could sometimes believe it. If that belief could trickle into you, now something changes. Now the heart changes. Now the mind's transformed, right? Audiences stand up for people who believe what they say. Conviction turns nervousness into certainty, though. Like if you think about it, someone's nervous to do something. Maybe you're nervous to do something. But I realize that in time, it's like if I get to know something, believe something deeply, I will sometimes have the ability to share it. And people are going to either determine I'm a crazy person, like I'm just out here rattling off nonsense, or that they go, no, this person's intelligent and they have logic behind what they're saying. And it's making sense. There's a conviction there. I want to follow that person that's convicted. Like that's a big thing. As a speaker, you are leading. To lead, you must have people follow you. People do not follow a person who doesn't have conviction for where they're going. Like if you were about to get in a boat to go somewhere, but you didn't trust the captain, would you get in the boat? No. See, most new speakers think it's just, I got to have charisma and say words. You got to be so dialed into your message that when people hear you talk about it, they know to their core, to their bones, you believe this thing. If you don't have that coming out of you, you must find a message or find ways to put words together to have that conviction, or you must find something you can be convicted about. And sometimes it's just investing time. To be convicted about something, to be dialed into something, you have to spend time in it. You have to spend time to the level where you will defend it. We as human beings have this, what's called an investment bias. When I give to something, I expect a return in some manner. I don't know what the return's going to be precisely, but you're going to expect a return in some way. And so I got to give to this thing. I got to pour out in this thing. And when I pour out to it, the more I give, the more I expect a return, right? So if I'm pouring in energy and time reading books and researching, having conversations, better believe I'm going to get convicted about it because I've given so much. I know I'm getting better. I know I'm clear. I know what this thing's about. If you don't have that, you're going to fall short because your words won't carry the weight needed for someone to go, this person belongs on my stage, right? It's a big piece. Now, point number 2, conviction leads to confidence. Confidence. What I mean by this is when you have spent the time to get convicted about something and it comes out of you, it's coming out of you with a purposeful push, a belief, an anchor, right? You don't have to fake confidence when you believe something deeply. You're obviously confident about it, right? Confidence flows naturally when your message is a non-negotiable to you. So my message, I believe dark work is the path to everyone's success. We live in this world nowadays where everybody's talking about its information and strategy and tactics and tools. And I go, it's great. It's not what you know. It is who you are with what you know. The person behind the scenes. And that person is not built in front of the stands, in front of the light. That person is built in the dark, with nobody watching, with them leaning on them, supported by them, cheering for themselves. That's where that person's built. So that becoming of somebody, when you give the right person the right tools, they kill it. But if you give the right person the wrong tools, they still find a way. It's done through dark work. I believe this to my core. So when I talk to people, I don't care what they taught you, who you know, where you come from. It's irrelevant. Who are you behind the scenes? And that person you are behind the scenes, the day in, the day out, the reps, the things you do that's in the dark, that's what makes you amazing when you step into the light. Without that, you're just another person out here knowing information and doing nothing with it. Conviction also eliminates the fear of messing up. Because when I know something well and I'm convicted on this thing, I'm not worried about messing up, because here's what I do know. If I mess up and I'm saying something wrong, I can come back to it and fix it. Or if I am in a position where I don't know something about a topic, I can go, you know what? I don't know much about that, but dang it, do I know something about this over here? And I can go hard on that area. So you eliminate the fear of messing up or whatever it may be by having this actual base of conviction towards something. But that conviction comes from a time spent learning it, mastering it, being in the trenches with it. If you do it properly, you know something that you feel confident sharing, and people see and feel that on top of every message you're putting out there. Right? Now, number 3, hey, I hope you're enjoying this video right now. Now, I want to let you know I have a training coming up. And in this training, I unpack my entire speaking business system. It's called the Speak to Freedom Formula. Now, in this system, I unpack what's literally taken me from $0 to 7 figures a year in my speaking business. And it's something that you can actually do for yourself. So all you have to do to get access to this is you can click the link that's in the description below, and it'll take you there, or wait till the end of the video, check it all out and get over there. But no matter what you do, don't miss that. All right, that's it. Let's get back to the video. Conviction makes you something different. So conviction makes you, it's a big one here. Let's put it over here. Memorable. This is big. Think about the speakers you've watched speak, the ones that have grabbed your heart. Those people, when they talk, man, the words that come out of their mouth, they say that maybe Maya Angelou said, people will forget what you said. They'll forget what you told them, all that kind of stuff, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. That feeling doesn't come from just the words, though. The feeling comes from the nonverbal cues, the conviction behind the things they say. I'm going to say this word conviction a lot. I'm going to keep on saying it. But it's the way that someone feels anchored deeply to what it is they talk about. When someone comes out of the backstage of, whatever, they come out and they have this anchor to them, the solidarity of their mentality, like the words that come out, they feel like they're based and they feel good. Like there's something to that in the emotion it translates to you. See, planners book speakers whose passion aligns with the audience's needs, and it's more so not just the needs, but the conviction behind delivering on those needs. It shows you're not just speaking, you're living what you teach. The way I function, what I do behind the scenes, if you ever to walk around with me in my house just randomly, you'd see that I do the things I talk about. It's easy to say it like this because I'm obviously in front of a camera, but the way that I take care of my body, my marriage, my kids, my business, my team, my clients, all these things, it is transparent in all the areas of how I show up. It's not fake. I'm convicted about what it means to live dark work every single day of my life. And people remember conviction long after they've forgotten the slides and what your name even was. But when they hear it, they see you again, something stirs inside of them. And they get that energy built back up because you left them with something more than just a few words that were random, but a memorable impact because the way you delivered it, it had this such a deep connection to what you believe that they could feel it in your words and see it in your face. If you have that and you deliver your message, people will buy into it at different levels that you never thought possible. But you got to get to the point of being almost frustrated with how clear you got to deliver something. Not that you're angry, but it comes out as like this, why don't you all get this? Because it's going to help you. And there's a push behind it in a positive way. So you have to realize that conviction does make you incredibly memorable because the way you deliver something in a convicted manner that latches onto people's ribs and makes them stick to you and you stick to them for a long period of time. Now, here's the big thing. Most folks go, it sounds good, Anthony, but how do I build reflection into my message, right? How do I build? I'm going to put that over here. We're going to say how. How do I build conviction? So we're going to say, how do I build it, right? We're going to talk about this. I'm going to give you some steps here. So we'll call it, how do I build it? Well, the first thing when it comes to this is, one, you must reflect, right? Why does a message matter to you? So I'm going to say reflect, right? Why does this message matter in a sense of being something critical to you and your importance of your life? Maybe it's something you went through, you battled, you know how successful it can be in the backside of this. Maybe something happened in your family. Maybe something happened to a loved one that like it bothers you that people are not avoiding the situation that you experienced, right? Why does it really deeply matter to you? Because when you realize there's an importance beyond the words, it matters, and you can actually tap into that as the energy to push from and build from, right? So reflect upon your life and why it matters, right? Number two is you got to test it, right? So what I mean by test it is when you go out into the world, you have to make sure that what you're putting out there, you've spent the time refining it, right? Small groups, sharing with the social media world, sharing with people that are around you, sharing it, because what happens is the more that you share it, the more people will tell you if it's valuable or not valuable. Now, when you realize that you have reflected on it, it's important to you, and you've tested it, it's important to other people, you now have a space of a knowledge, a knowing that the world needs this, right? It genuinely needs it. And when that takes place, the next thing is you have to declare it. Now, I'm dead serious when I mean declare it, because what happens is a lot of folks, they have this belief and they have this thought, they've tested it, but they don't go to the world and go, this is what I believe in. This is what I personally do. You got to put your message into your brand, your social media content, your intro sentences for things you create. The more you share it, the stronger it becomes, because two things happen. One, the world goes, hey, well done, I get it. Or the world comes back to you and goes, can you make it a little more clear? What do you mean by this, right? And that's the big thing. Most people, they don't spend the time to actually build conviction behind something. They just go, I believe in this. It's a cool message. Let me make some words come together and go. I need to know what makes your heart sing. What do you believe that if you had a few minutes left on planet Earth to share with somebody would be the most important thing you could share with them before you left and they continued living their life on? That thing, that core piece, it should stir you a little bit. A lot of it, actually, because if it doesn't, it's not something that's going to make you sing out to the rest of the world and shout from the mountaintop. It's got to be there. And then here's the big thing. When it comes down to it, conviction converts into something you actually want. So we're going to go here. Conviction, it leads to bookings. It's seriously a thing where, for me, a lot of the things that I'm doing when I get on pre-event calls is I am having a conversation, but the conversation isn't the conversation of just left brain stuff. I need them to feel my passion. See, conviction is something planners trust because it signals reliability. When you're convicted, you're passionate about something, it means, yes, you got this message that is like, it's powerful, and you're convincing them not by trying to put cute words together, but just how you talk about it, right? It's less about can you do this and more about you were made for this. It's a question of, can I do this thing? Maybe I can. It's one thing. But when you were made for this thing, you were built to do this, it comes out of you and people feel that. They read it. It's what separates speakers who get a shot from those who get ignored. It's a matter of when you start talking, giving me words out of your mouth, I am actually listening to your words, but I'm paying vastly more attention to how the words come out. And so for me, I'm looking at this idea that I've been in a lot of conversations, a lot of calls in the past where I lost the speaking gig. I know I did. And when I look back on it, I lost it because I was still kind of second guessing my message. I didn't have a real deep anchor to like, no, this is what I do. The world needs this. And when you have that energy, it shows up and people receive it better and more often than they receive the words you speak. So when you're out in the world talking, the idea is to go, hey, I have this message. And even if I have to fake it till I make it, you have to have these words come out of your mouth at a level where someone's going to choose to think either this person is honestly, that belongs in a loony bin. This is a crazy person because they're so convicted, they're so dialed in, they're so emotionally gripped to this thing. Either they're crazy because they're thinking this or they're right. And we need this. And it is the thing. Think about some of the best orators in the world, the best speakers you've ever seen. Even if they've advocated for something that's not what you believe or something that may be borderline or full-fledged evil, right? The way that they were able to convey with conviction what it is they believe was the thing that got people to buy into it. It wasn't the thought quiet. It was a thought convicted. That's why I believe heavily the number one trait that future keynote speakers need is not performance. It's genuinely conviction. Now, if you want help building this $1 million message, you want to help dial in to figure out what you can be convicted about, then I want to invite you to go and join me at speaktofreedom.com. Check the website out. We do amazing teaching and training to help you build all of this. It's not just going through and putting the piece in place and scripting this and structuring this. It's infusing your soul into something at such a deep level that you are connected to it. It means something to you, and not just to you, but it means something that you get it out into the rest of the world so the rest of the world can benefit from what you know. Because too many people spend life in a place where you have already left. They're still stuck there. They're still battling that place, and you've graduated from it. You've succeeded beyond even your wildest dreams at times. But if you're trying to go out and change the world, you can't change the world tepid. You can't change the world with lukewarm energy. You change the world with conviction because you believe something deeply. So whatever you believe in, it's time to let the rest of the world know what it is and get them to believe in it also. If you want help with this, go to speaktofreedom.com. If not, I'll see you in the next video.